Hello, teacher. This is my lesson plan number 10. The phrasal verbs is the topic. The grade is first baccalaureate and the duration of the class is 45 minutes. The level of students is elementary A2.2. The first part of the lesson plan that is very important is objectives. The objectives. The students will be able to identify the phrasal verbs for listening. For speaking, the students will be able to learn the correct pronunciation of phrasal verbs. For reading, the students will be able to recognize the phrasal verbs and learn how to use. For writing, the students will be able to construct sentences using phrasal verbs in a correct way. For methodology and strategies, I have communicative language teaching and role play. For strategies, I have visual scaffolding, providing language support through visual images. And I have vocabulary role play. In this space, I have a worksheet that students have to do and communicative activities. In anticipatory set, I put the teacher talks about phrasal verbs and gives some oral examples. This part is very important because it's the moment that the teacher gets the attention of their students. Continue with main teaching input. For warm-up activity, the teacher shows to students a video about phrasal verbs in which there is an explanation about rules, structure, when and how we can use. It's very important to give a big explanation to our students through a video or write in the whiteboard, and we can use a lot of strategies to teach, but I think that a video it's a good strategy that we can use to catch the attention. Okay, continue with the next one. Teacher asks students to develop an activity about phrasal verbs. It is a grammar dictation in which they have to listen very carefully and put the correct phrasal verb in the space provided. Okay, continue with it is an opportunity for students to practice their writing, and the teacher can check how much they have learned about this topic. Teacher asks students to work in a grammar word search in which students have to find some phrasal verbs. In determined time, the answers. It's important that we have certain time to do each exercise for students because only we have 45 minutes. So, and continue with students practice the exercise. Teacher checks the pronunciation. Teacher and the students conclude the class by reviewing the topic briefly. As I told about the video, and the other activity is grammar word search. These activities like our students because they can work sometimes with a partner or alone, but I think that is a good strategy for them. Modeling. The explanation and examples as well as the answers of video provided by the teacher are clear contextualized models that students can use in context in a correct form. For guided practice, students develop an activity in which is about a worksheet. As I told about the dictation, teacher is monitoring the activity. This part is very important because all the time the teacher have to monitor their students, that all the students work in the exercise. When the students finished it, they check the answers with the whole group. Independent practice. This part is very important too, because it is a space that students need to practice alone, and the teacher can check, but at the end, when the students finished, the teacher can check the exercise. The student develop an activity, which is a grammar word search. Students should find all the words required. Assessment. This is the part that the teacher can check if the student understand all about the topic. And students' participation. They read their sentences to the class. The participation of the students is very important. Closing review and follow-up. Teacher and students conclude the class with a brief review about the topic. For homework, students should write 10 phrasal verbs when they should write one sentence for each one. This is very important that we send homework because it's a good opportunity for students to practice what they have learned at school. And then the teacher can check in the next class the homework. Okay, this is all. Thank you.